Kieran Strange, how are you?
I am doing all right, thank you, despite the heat.
Yeah, well, that must be a shock, especially Vancouver's not exactly, you know.
Vancouver's actually quite sunny this time of year. It's more the mugginess that's getting to me. I'm exhausted. It's very British to complain about the weather, so it's a good way to open the show.
Yeah, indeed, yeah, fairly typical to start the show by talking about the weather. So, yeah, so as I was saying, you are originally from Selsey.
Yes, Selsey, West Sussex.
And as the details go, you were basically living there until you bailed out and moved to Vancouver to pursue the music that you will be exploring with us during parts of this. But so why Vancouver?
You know what? I actually went to when I was about 17. And I basically fell in love and decided I didn't want to go home. But I thought it'd be a good idea to go home and pack and come back. So, you know, actually get the paperwork sorted. But I pretty much came home from that trip and told Mum, that's it, I want to move. I've seen a big city with mountains and a beach and snow, and I'd like to go there.
Oh, fair enough. And, I mean, how did you get the musical style that you ended up in, and where did that decision come from?
Well, I used to do a lot of screaming in a bit more of a, like a hot, and that kind of slowly went to punk rock, and now I do more of a kind of electro pop punk sound. So I basically did whatever made me happy at the time. Whatever music I felt coming out of me was what I played.
And in case you're tuning into this show wondering why I would be talking to somebody with a punky musical taste from Vancouver and Selsey.
It's a bit random, isn't it?
This is Technical Difficulties. We explore the corners of disability and wellness. So, there was a reason, and our good friends at Carousel in Brighton flagged her up to me. Now, Kieran goes on stage with a brightly wrapped blue and yellow?
Yep.
They signify things, so that is the link to why you're talking to me right now. Can you explain what that is all about?
Yellow is one of the colours for cancer awareness and cancer support, and, well, not supporting cancer, but cancer wellness support.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
And blue is the main colour for autism awareness. So, two charities I put my heart and soul into.
Is it just putting money into a tin?
Yeah, well, with the cancer, when I first came to Canada, my friend's family kind of adopted me. They took me in, and we go to, I go there for Thanksgiving and Christmas, because I was away from home. It was a bit more difficult. And they were kind of like my parents for a while. And shortly after I got there, my friend's dad was diagnosed with what was at the time cancer. And it affected me, although I wasn't a member of the family, it affected me like one of them. And it was just such a big deal for me to just be supportive, and cancer affects so many people that we all basically banded together and tried to help him out, and now he just got the all clear a few months ago, so we're feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah.
As for the autism, it's really impacted my friends, my family. I do have a few autistic tendencies myself. But the main thing I've noticed is that a lot of people don't really notice, they don't know what autism looks like or kind of understand that huge spectrum. So it's a really big thing for me to spread awareness, and just so that more people can be diagnosed and more people can understand that it's not just the extreme autism that is autism. There's
not to be frightened of people.
Not to be frightened of people, because they're normal people just like you and me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we may as well get some music into this show. This is what you do.
This is my job, I guess.
And then we'll return to the themes of, I think I'll probably, I mean, in a moment I will ask you what the difference is in perception in Canada and in the UK with those issues.
Okay.
But let's roll with the music first. What do you want me to fire up for you?
Well, I've got some of my tracks here because I left my guitar at home because I'm silly like that. But if you could Hit a Nerve, that'd be really great.
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend.
So, live in the studio with a backing track brought with her, this is... and Hit a Nerve.
You knew it from the start. Oh, I was just a shot in the dark. For games and never So all my friends would sing along. La 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 la. It's nothing personal. Did I push you down, down, down too far? Rip your heart out with an electric guitar. Seems to happen every if I use you for a ride. Oops, did I hit a nerve? Oops, did I hit a nerve? Oops, did I hit a nerve? I couldn't control the urge. AM, FM, stereo, I'm with you everywhere you go. You could try to shut me down, but your song is already all over town. I'm like a work of art. Well, my music's your broken heart. Well, thanks to you, I've got my hook, and you're just another page in my songbook. Well, it's nothing personal. Did I push you down, down, down too far? Rip your heart out with an electric guitar. Seems to happen every time. Well, I'm sorry if I used you for a... Did I make you hate, hate, hate your car? When you turn on the radio, there you are. Seems to happen every time. Well, I'm packing in and taking every... Oops, did I hit a nerve? Oops, did I hit a nerve? Oops, did I hit a nerve? I couldn't control the urge. Did I put you down, down, down too far? Rip your heart out with an electric guitar. Seems to happen every time. Well, I'm sorry if I used you for a rhyme. Did I make you hate, hate, hate your car? When you turn on the radio, there you are. Seems to happen every time. Well, I'm cashing in and taking every dime.
Right, okay, well thank you for that.
Thank you.
So that is from the Adamantine Hearts EP, which you've just brought out.
I did, yes. It was March, I believe.
We will get to Adamantine Hearts at the end of the show when the illustrious Miss Strange has to dash off down the road to London Bridge.
To catch my train.
But you will have heard it if you listen to this show every week. It finished the last show. Back to issues of the two countries that you've experienced with these things. Is there a difference in perception and the ease with which people engage with the activist side of what you do, or?
I think with the activist side, it is a bit bigger in Canada. I think Canada has a really good healthcare system. I know England's is pretty good too. Canada, I've noticed, does a bit more, not necessarily from the government's point of view, but from the people's point of view. Like, there are a lot more organizations that will kind of help people deal with the issues that they're coming to face. But, I mean, considering I left the UK at 17, I haven't really... I never really had much of a chance to notice what was happening over here. I mean, most of the reason that I'm so big into autism awareness is because I barely knew what it was until I was... There's just no awareness of it, sadly.
So in the processes of learning about how it impacted the lives of those around you, you learnt about how it wasn't being projected outwards as well? Pretty
much, yeah. The only thing that brought it to light with me was the fact that I was dealing with it on a personal level, and from then on I began to realize that there was nothing really out there. Or not nothing, but obviously there is things, but...
Yeah, that there needs to be, well, as ever with these things, and this is kind of the point, as I've said before, this show would not need to exist if these things were actually, you know, were happening without my presence.
Yeah. I think it's awesome. I just want to say it's awesome what you do. Like, I've listened to your show a couple times. It's really cool that you're bringing the issues to light and that you're making people aware. Like, that's really awesome. So... Yeah.
If there's a way to make me speechless on air, that would be pretty close to it. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. This is Technical Difficulties on Resonance 104.4 FM. We are with... Kieran Strange NEW INTERVIEW. We are with 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 Kieran Strange NEW IN A woman who actually is called Kieran.
Strange is on my passport. I have to get it out to show people.
Yeah.
Which works, because I'm pretty strange, so it's quite fitting.
Yeah. Let me see what else I've... oh, yeah, of course. The word adamantine. I want to congratulate you on 5P, but singing it...
I wanted to call the song Adamantine Heart so badly, and the person I was co-writing with, we both sat there and we were like, how are we going to do this? And I wrote the lyrics down, and then I sat there and we formulated this melody, and we couldn't believe we'd managed to fit it in.
We were talking about the autistic tendencies of Sheldon Cooper of
Yes.
Big Bang Theory. If those of you watched that show
That's a great
before,
show.
from our own shared personal experience of such tendencies, and frankly, squeezing the word adamantine into a lyric is probably something like he would.
He could do it. He could do it.
I think so.
My roommates actually call me Sheldon. Things like there's a spot in the couch that I have to sit on, and if my food comes prepared in a different way, I can't eat it. And there's just all these weird sensory little things that I've been living with, I suppose. But
And I think that is why, you know, it kind of makes sense to understand that, you know, there's a... Beyond the spectrum, there are human behaviour without being
100%.
diagnosable. It's like the difference between severe sadness and clinical depression. You might,
Yeah.
just, you know,
it's where does the spectrum end? Because so many people have those OCD or sensory tendencies that you know, where does the spectrum end? Like, it's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, do you get? That's a question worth asking. As a singer, does that bother you?
You know what? The only time sensory overload does not affect me, funnily enough, is when I'm on stage.
All right.
Because I lose myself in the music. I perform. I'm singing. I'm not bothered about the crowd. I'm not bothered about the lights or the sound or the stress or anything.
So it's like
that.
Marilyn Monroe whispered to get over her speech impediment. You're
Sing to get
being
over
on
this. As
stage.
soon as I get off stage, if I hit the crowd, that's when things start coming back in. But it's so worth it to talk to the fans. Like, even if I'm struggling a little because of the noise or how crowded or hot the room is, it's always worth it to talk to fans. So.